You're listening to the Hot Point Podcast, a commentary on all the hot points of life, hosted by Opiemi Omojafo.
Hello and welcome back to another installment of the Hot Point Podcast, brought to you by your host, Opiemi Omojafo. So what is the hot point for this week? Don't touch my hair. Yes, I'm not the singer of my family, but I am the baddest girl. Speaking of family, I have a guest with me today to discuss this topic, to delve into this week's hot point. My middle sister. So, do you want to introduce yourself?
Oi, Samaloy. Hello. So my name is Abigail, and I am the second oldest. So I'm Rebecca's elder, and she needs to put some respect on my name. Okay.
I really have a problem with everything you just said, but we're not here to argue. Once again, guys, if you're wondering, my audio is always funky. But anyway, I'm doing it for a phone call again this week. Obviously, you know, we're in a pandemic, so no one's meeting up, and my sister's at uni, so we have to do this for a phone call. Okay, let's get straight into it. What current state is your hair in right now? What's it looking like? What's it doing?
Okay, so right now, I put my hair in 6 braids. So I've got 3 on the left, 3 on the right, and I've packed it in a scrunchie, like a pink scrunchie, and my hair looks like a mess, honestly. I've got flyaways, my edges are all nappy, baby hairs at the back, they're a little bit dry. I've put some water on them this morning, but yeah, so looking a bit ghetto at the moment.
So you got that quarantine hair?
No, that's student hair.
Oh, yeah. There's different ones. Okay, I thought everyone's got quarantine hair right now because.
No, I've got that student hair.
All right. Well, my hair, I guess you could say it's kind of the same, other than the fact obviously my hair's short. So you know when you wake up in the morning, for my full type, what's it called? Type 4 textured people. When you wake up in the morning and your hair is like flat to your head, matted, looking a bit funky. That's what my hair looks like right now, but it's under my bonnet. But we're not gonna get into that because I'll be getting emotional sometimes when I wake up and I see my hair like that. Okay, so describe your relationship with your hair in one word.
My relationship with my hair in one word. So initially I was going to say it's kind of a ghetto relationship, but I think I'm going to change that to patient. Like,
love is patient. Patient. So, why patient?
I can cut me off.
I can do what I like. I'm joking. Why patient?
I would say patient just because I have many days where my hair is like this, just like braided, put in the bun, and it's honestly what's best. Like, there are times where I want to, slick my edges, have my hair looking nice like everyone else, be looking cute at home, but it's just not my reality every day for my hair to be looking all done. So I'm just patient with my hair, patient with the opportunities that I get to go out and make it look nice. Other than that, it's just hidden under a bonnet, a headscarf, or tied back in a scrunchie.
I think that's a perfect word to describe your relationship with your hair. Because sometimes you just be thinking about, even me with my short hair, because I'm growing it out right now. I'm in the process of growing out my hair. Patience, yeah. So I'm going to say patience, because I'm tempted to just shave my head every single second of every day. And even when I think about going out or going to the shop or something, I want to wear my hair out, I think about, I have to make it look presentable. I have to do something to it. And then I'm like, I can't be asked. Just thinking about the process of doing your hair. Lord, I ain't got time for that. So I just don't bother when I put on a headscarf or a hat. I'm like, I wish I had the patience to do my hair like that. Imagine if my hair was long like yours. I would have shaved off. Anyway. Imagine. So what'd you say?
So that's all you can do at the moment, imagine.
Yep. Imagine me. Oh, that's the song my hair's singing right now. Imagine me being free and kept. So the word I would use to describe my relationship with my hair Scandalous. Scandalous.
Perfect.
You say it's perfect?
Yeah,
Yeah. Scandalous. Because you never know what the hell I'm about to do.
literally. I remember, I'll never forget the day. Mum and I were in the car and we were supposed to pick you up to go shopping.
Oh yeah, my first day of sixth form, the day before.
I don't know, but you got in the back of the car and you were just skinhead bold, and
Yes.
Mum and I just turned around. We looked at you, we looked at each other, and we just said nothing. We knew what we were thinking. So you really come out like a jack in the box and you surprise us a lot with what you're doing.
Because I get bored with my hair very quickly, and when it comes to my hair, I'm very impulsive because I'm like, it's gonna grow back. Who cares? It's my hair. If I don't like it, I can change it. And when I did that, the only reason Mum let me cut my hair was if I didn't cut it too short, if I wasn't skin bold. But that's what I wanted to do in the first place, because I didn't like the 2.5 centimeter length that I did have. So when I went to the barber, I messed up the first time as well. I had grease in my hair, and I know you're not meant to put any product in your hair when you go to the hairdresser or to the barber. So he was complaining the whole time that there's too much grease in my hair. And I was like, just shave it all off. Do what you want. And then, so I gave him free reign, and that's the best haircut I've ever had. Every time I've gone back to the barbers, they always mess me up. But my first ever proper haircut when I went to the barbers, best haircut I've ever had. But I did travel almost an hour to get to the barber. So I'm not doing that again, which is why I started doing my hair myself. But so my relationship with my hair is scandalous. And if you see my hair, like on my social media, you see me in person, then obviously you'll get why. Okay, second topic. So from the start, let's go from the start of like us growing up, going to the salon, Mum doing our hair. What comes to your mind?
Okay, so when you said Mum doing our hair, the first thing that came to mind was when she'd bring us one by one to the living room, make us sit on the floor in between her legs, brush up our neck.
Oh my gosh.
And doing the tightest of braids. And by the end of it, we have one braid sticking to the north, one braid sticking east, just literally sticking in different directions. The scalp was tight, but it was just the most like manageable hairstyle that she could do for like with 3 girls.
What?
We're gonna mess it up that following week.
Especially us, the way we used to play in primary school, the things we used to do. We were not normal kids, especially me.
Literally. So yeah, I just remember that. I'm always wanting to watch TV and turn my head, and she turned it back. Oh my gosh.
You have stiff neck for the next day and a half.
Literally. So that was the first thing that came to mind. And then in terms of like our salon experiences, so we used to go to the salon to get braids done, like extensions.
Nightmare. Trauma.
If you guys are familiar with Southeast London, we would go to a place called Woolwich, and that's the ghetto.
I'll be waiting at the location.
Well, people
need to... We should have called the police on that a long time ago.
No, for real. So we'd go to this place called Woolwich, and we won't bet out which shop it was, but you had aunties.
I will. I'm joking. I don't
you had aunties scattered all over Woolwich. Like you could be in a hair shop, you could be in KFC, and then one auntie from the woodworks would come up and be like, "Wow,
from the corner." Bare suspect, like, hey, you need your hair done.
Do you need to make your hair?
I have a salon.
Like, I can make your hair for you.
I respect the hustle and the grind though.
And like sometimes you'd go in a phone shop and then go all the way downstairs, and then that's where the hair shop is.
Oh my gosh.
And you have a bunch of aunties there.
Underground salons.
Literally the underground. So yeah, we would go to salons like that, and like those were the type of people that we'd like meet and just allowed to do our hair. First of all, let's talk about the price.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about that for a minute.
Let's talk about the coin.
Let's talk about
the dollars, the shmoney.
Because looking back, so my mum had like there's 3 of us girls, all females, 3 of us. And whenever we'd go to get our hair done, it would be all 3 of us in that day. That Mum's not doing consecutive days in a week. So they would see us and they'd say something stupid like £85 per child.
Can you believe that?
Yeah.
And obviously I had short hair. So mine would be cheaper than my sister's because their hair was long. It wasn't even that long at the time, but it was longer than mine. And what they wanted to braid. So they would charge them more, which I didn't understand.
It made absolutely no sense. And because mum was just so eager to get our hair done and, you know, we're young, we're tired, we don't want to be walking around all day. And the worst thing that can happen is everyone's too expensive. So, like, you know, she ends up picking no one. So she would agree to it and she'd go to the cash point while we're getting our hair done and she'd fork out most definitely like over 100, over £200
Over £200
for us three girls. Like,
that's not stupidness.
So yeah, that's the first thing, the first problem, the first red flag with those underground salons.
There's so many things we could say on that.
Literally. Okay, so the second thing I remember was just like the atmosphere, like the work ethic in there.
The vibe. So it's just bad vibe from the jump.
They would be like, yeah, we'll do your girl's hair, sit down. Okay, cool. Auntie already has a client like before me, and then like I'm the third person. Let's believe I'm sat there waiting for like an hour to get my hair done, and time is going. And then one thing that they would do is they would start you and then pause you and then go back to finish off their client just so
I'm getting angry thinking about it. I'm actually getting angry. No professionalism, just vibes.
Nah, man, it's actually bad vibes in those shops.
What?
Just so you basically couldn't run away and be like, yeah, I'm not about to do that. They would start blow drying your hair, and then they'd stop, go to another client, or they'd come back to your hair, they'd stop, have a phone break, a little gist in the corner with the other aunties. They would stop, go walk around Woolwich just to get some small chops from Tasties around the corner. Like,
and do you know what pisses me off though? In Nigeria, because we're Nigerian, and I see other people going to Nigeria to get their hair done when they're getting their hair done, the professionalism is times 100 of the professionalism of
that's true.
African workers, hairstylists here in the UK. And I don't understand, why could you not bring that same professionalism from your country here?
Like, I get it's, you know, a hustle and all of that, but they weren't even trying to, you know,
it's been very disrespectful.
Touch. And then let's not forget the aunties that were doing your hair that also had their kids with them. Like, big up all of those working mums, but these aunties are actually doing like way too much. Like, it was just, yeah, it wasn't making sense. So I remember one time we got to the hair salon. Mum would always take us in the AMs in the mornings. Got to the hair salon in the morning. They started around the early afternoon. Never mind, we got there when the shop opened. We'd start in the early afternoon. Why one time did we all finish our hair past 12 a.m? Do you remember that time? We would be there from when the shop opened to when the shop closed. And you had other people like...
And it wasn't like it was one person doing all of our hair. It was either 3 people from each of us or 2 people spread out between both of us. Why?
And then you'd have that long. It was honestly so crazy. Like,
and the type of hairstyles we were getting weren't even mad like that.
It wasn't. And it wasn't even
small girl hairstyles that I think they did that because you were young and they thought, oh, what's their mum gonna do? Like, blah blah blah. You know, let's take our time with them. Let's get these adult customers out the way because we're charging them more. You know, they're adults, so they could start gara. But yeah, whatever. Obviously, I was a small, timid child, so I didn't speak much.
Exactly, and they're aunties, so you couldn't really chat to them. Now, you know,
people would be like that. They were like they're.
Because now it would be most definitely different. Like, I would have a lot to say if I was there, but you won't catch me. Do you know what? Side note: this is why I don't let other people do my hair. I don't like people do my hair. I let other people do my hair. Like, I've only had my hair done once, and that was to get a silk press. And for those who don't know, that's just to get your hair straightened. And that was literally the first time somebody else had done my hair. Ever since like those salon experiences stopped, I took it upon myself to do my own hair just because it was just a headache thinking about those experiences.
I feel like everyone should know how to do their hair to a certain level because it saves you money. It just cuts out all that stress in the salon. And I think, honestly, it's just better to being able to do your own hair because you know what works for you, know how you like to do your hair. But obviously, if that's not for you, then fair enough.
Yeah. But yeah, my most traumatic experience was the last time I ever went to a hair salon. So I was a bit
Well,
older.
obviously, because that was the last time. Same for me.
Literally, I remember after I was giving my mum like the runs, I was just like, I'm not going back to get my hair
Was it
done.
the one where she cut your hair blunt?
No, not even. Wow. So
that was your friend, wasn't it? That was a madness still.
That was actually crazy. I'm not going to tell that story, but really quickly, a lady did my hair for my birthday, cut the hair too short and it was blunt. And she said, no, deep this. She said, don't worry, it will grow back. How can extensions, synthetic plastic, grow?
So full.
From blunt ends to tapered ends, like. And that was like in Deptford, kind of Lewisham area, like that was crazy. But back to the Woolwich underground story. So
underground salons.
Literally. So around this time, my hair was long. Like I knew that I had a lot of hair. It was thick and it was long. And I think that morning, my hair hadn't been blow dried properly. So when the auntie saw my hair, I was like, yeah, I'll do it. She hadn't really seen my hair properly, if you know what I mean. So she started my hair, and this is where it started. She started blow drying it. And let's just talk about the way they snag at your hair with no remorse for the fact that you have pain receptors in your scalp. Like, yeah, it was just crazy. You just get one blow dryer attachment and literally just jabbing at your scalp. So that was awful. And then as my hair was like being stretched and blow dried, and the lady was seeing how long my hair was, she started complaining in Yoruba.
Oh my gosh, I remember that. I remember.
Yeah, literally. And the thing is, I have never fully understood Yoruba, but I know when someone is cussing in Yoruba. Like, I don't know why, but you know cuss words.
Before you continue, what I don't understand is people be chatting about you if your hair is short, saying, "No, you can't grow hair. Why is your hair so short? Why can't you grow your hair like your sister?" And then somebody that does have long hair complaining.
Literally.
What is that? What is it that you want? Please tell me so that I can ignore it.
So yeah, auntie was blow drying my hair, complaining in between English and Yoruba, and I was just boiling in my seat. Like I understood, yeah, it is a lot of hair, but at the end of the day,
your hair wasn't. I don't think your hair was even that much back then.
Compared
your hair
to what it is
now, I would understand that. But hair back then, how old were you then?
I don't even know. So like
still secondary school,
early secondary.
Yeah, your hair wasn't even that long then.
It wasn't.
It was really like, I would say it's average length for girls in the UK, your hair was.
I guess so, yeah. But it was really thick as well. So she was just complaining like, oh, I want to charge more, or wow, your hair is much, like, oh, for you, like it's too much. So I was so annoyed. I was so annoyed, and it took her a while to get my hair done. And yeah, throughout the whole time she did my hair, bear in mind it takes a few hours to get braids done, she literally just complained and was like, I can't do it, someone else come and do this girl's hair. And I was just so upset. Like, this is my community, these are my peoples, and
they're not your peoples, ain't not asking folk, keep folk.
And they're just over here literally cussing me out, something that I take so much pride and joy in, like absolutely love. And they're just absolutely cussing me out for it. And yeah, that was like, after that, I was just like, I'm never getting my hair done by anyone again. I was just so hurt and so upset. So yeah, after that, it was a wrap. It was a wrap.
Yeah. Pain, heartbreak. So that was your story of why you're never going back to the salon.
Yeah, and I don't let people touch my hair.
So let me tell you why I up and left that lifestyle and I shaved my head. It's a long story. It's a story that took place over, actually, from that last bad experience up to me finally deciding I've had enough, let me cut my hair. I would say it was like just over a year. So I think it was my 15th birthday. I remember I did my makeup. My makeup was scary. But the braids were really nice. It was my 15th or my 14th birthday, I can't remember. My dad took me to his friend's salon. I thought, cool, his friend's got a salon, you know. I know his friend. He's a very professional businessman. You know, I'm sure the salon will be put together. The salon was pretty put together. Got there now, I'm sitting in a chair. Dad bought me food. I'm on my phone, chilling. The lady's really nice. She's a bit quiet. We don't really talk much. She's just there braiding my hair. And I'm thinking, this woman's pulling a bit tight on my hair, like, chill. And I hated blow drying my hair. Like, I just hated doing my hair. It just stressed me out. Like, me and my hair, we weren't really best friends back then. So So I didn't blow dry my hair, didn't do nothing to it. I just turned up to the salon with my hair shrunken. I was like, yeah, you do what you're supposed to do. You the salon lady. And then I'm sitting in a chair now. She's braiding my hair. The braids are looking real nice. I'm getting excited. Like, oh, I'm going to look good. And she now comes to the left side of my head. I'm thinking, why are you pulling so tight? Like, just comb out my hair a little bit, you know? I didn't mind the rough combing because I didn't care for my hair back then. So then she was not pulling my hair. I'm thinking, chill. Like, you don't need to pull it that hard. And then all I hear is... And I gasped. I was like, nah, what happened didn't just happen. What happened didn't just happen. And I put my finger on my head. Why is there a bald patch? This woman ripped out my hair. She pulled out my hair. And I didn't know what to do. Obviously, back then I wasn't as confrontational as I am now. Like, I'll tell you what's up now. I'll let you know what's good. But back then, I wasn't about to be like, are you all right? You pulled out my hair. Should I slap you? Something like that. So then I'm sitting there like, oh my gosh, my hair has been pulled out. I'm bald. I look ugly. But thank God the section she was braiding was so small. And then she was like, don't worry, you'll go back. I'm sorry. And then she just carried on braiding my hair as if everything was normal. And I was like, this woman ripped out my hair and she's out here like, nothing happened. But when she finished, the section that she ripped out, it didn't look like anything had been pulled out. It just looked like it was an extra big spacing. So I was thankful that a lot of the hair wasn't ripped out. And then when I told my dad, he was like, it's fine now, your hair's finished. I said, Dad, she ripped out my hair. No one cared apart from me. I was like, no, I've had enough. So that was the last time I went to the salon. And I decided I'm going to learn how to do my hair myself. It was a rocky start and some funky looking braids. But I got there in the end and I figured out the styles that I like to do on my hair. So yeah, I learned how to braid my hair. And then a year later, I got to my prom, or a year and a half later, it got to my year 11 prom. And I thought, I'm over this. I'm shaving my head. And then I shaved my head. And that's where we've been ever since, on this bald head journey. And I'm growing it back 2 years later.
That's actually crazy. I remember that story.
I couldn't believe it. I thought I was ruined. I thought I was ruined in that moment. I didn't think I'd make a comeback.
Actually, the audacity. And because you're a child.
Exactly. They didn't care.
As a kid, if it was a grown adult, they would be like, oh, don't worry, you don't have to pay or whatever. But with kids, it's just like, yeah, whatever, as if we're not going to remember. But over here, grown, and you remember these stories, and we're actually so traumatized.
Trauma. That's why to this day, the thought of going to the salon, it doesn't even come to my mind. Like, never. Going to the barbershop is different. Even I still get a bit anxious about that, because the second time I went to the barbershop, they were just cussing like women out. And I'm like, y'all don't see me here. I'm 16 and you are just chatting rubbish about women. So now I get anxious when I go to the barbershop. I don't like going there. There's only one barbershop that I'll go to, but it's an hour away. But yeah, just going to get your hair done. Why does it always have to be traumatic for us black girls?
Literally.
So I don't bother. So I do it myself. I'm like, I'm going to learn how to do it myself. If it looks bad the first time, I'll get it right the second time. But yeah. Let's move on because we ain't got long left. So describe, like, how would you say your relationship with your hair in secondary school compares to your relationship with your hair now?
Oh, okay. So around secondary school times, like I mentioned at the start, was when I was like, okay, no more hair salons. My mum was also like, I'm done with doing you guys' hair. Like, you need to figure out for yourself, because it's too much to be braiding 3 girls in one day and paying this kind of money. So that's when I started my natural hair journey, I say in quotation marks. It's just when I started looking after my stuff. Hold on.
Wait a minute.
So I just started looking after my own hair. I started watching videos, and I was really obsessed with having my hair out, because whenever I would have my hair out, like, I would get so many compliments. Give me a second, sorry, I've got a housekeeping. It's literally the ghetto in this down.
Oh, you better mute yourself. Anyway, the ghetto, what was I going to say? But I wanted to touch on that. Having your hair out, the breakage, serious, because I remember after I decided I'm not going to the salons anymore, and I actually did start taking my natural hair seriously, and it actually started to grow. And I would say 6-7 months after I decided to start taking my natural hair seriously, I was able to put it into a struggle bun. I was like, I can put it in a bun. And I was so happy. And that's when I started to like properly learn how to do my edges. I would say I'm the edges queen in this family. Slay.
Okay. I'll give you
What?
I'll give you that.
Yes, word, 100%. So then I remember I started wearing my hair out in mini afros because my love for afros, I just love afros. They're just so beautiful. Doesn't matter if they're long, short, I just love afros. But what no one told me is that your hair breaks in the winter.
Oh.
And it got to the point, I had my hair out every day, it got to the point that the back of my hair was actually flat. It was flat. It was literally, it looked like I had an afro, but then when I turned to the side, it was flat. And then these boys were making fun of me and laughing at me, and I felt so insecure. I was like, what are you talking about? Ran to the mirror now. The back of my hair is flat. My ends broke off because I had my hair in an afro, or I had my hair out every day during winter.
Oh, I remember you used to tie a bandana around your head and then just have your hair out.
It was just, I don't want to talk about it. Continue your story.
But yeah, so around that time, I was watching a lot of American Women on
we
YouTube.
got 5 minutes left. Just let you know.
Okay, cool. So I was just really obsessed with having my hair out, and then as I got more compliments, I just noticed that I would seek those validations from people. Whenever somebody would compliment me with a certain hairstyle, then I would go out my way if I knew I was going to see them to do that. So even though I was looking after my hair and learning more about it and loving myself, I wasn't confident fully in who I was. But now, like I said, for duty plaits, I can go out, I can put a headscarf, go out my bonnet, go out my headscarf. I'm not seeking that validation. But I'm literally just doing what's best for my hair in the moment. If it's winter, my hair's in little twists and I don't care. Not everyone needs to know that I can have a big afro or it's my hair's down to my back. So that's literally the difference. It's just that maturity and growth and being secure in who I am and
What? And you know what I realised? I think when it got to year 10, end of year 10, year 11, I started deeping. It's actually my hair, I'm going to start wearing it how I want and doing what I want with it.
Yeah.
I wasn't as sure as, that was the start of having those thoughts for me, whereas now I'm like, yeah, it's my hair, I'm going to do what I want with it.
It's my scalp.
Back then I would do certain hairstyles because it's like, oh, I want to do this hairstyle, it's my hair, and I still feel a bit insecure about it because people are making fun of me. And I would take out the hairstyle the next day. I really love China bumps and Bantu knots, and I would put my hair in Bantu knots every single night.
Yeah,
and sometimes I'd wear them to school and people would make fun of me. So then the next day I would take them out, leave my hair out in an afro, which is why my hair would break off as well. I didn't say that before. But then towards the end, towards mid year 11, I started just moving in my own sauce, realizing I'm a bad bee,
And people love that confidence as well.
Exactly. I used to get compliments from teachers. I love your hair. I love the Bantu knots. Your hair's amazing. But it was just the stupid boys and some stupid girls that would make fun of me. And now just looking back at it, you were actually doing something crazy because now everybody's asking you, oh, how did you do that hairstyle back then? Someone's there. Yeah. But anyway, we're going to move on to the next thing because we got 3 minutes left. Actually, 2. So relaxes, chemicals, and weaves. Any thoughts you have on those topics, those things? Because I relaxed my hair before. I put chemicals in my hair quite often, but I'm on a break right now. And also our mum never let us relax our hair, so we've always had natural hair until obviously I decided to cut my hair straight from that. So what are your thoughts on that?
So yeah, like you said, we've always had what's considered virgin hair. So no chemicals, no relaxers, nothing.
Virginity.
And I'm a big advocate for healthy hair. So whether it's long, short, let it be healthy. Whether it's dyed or not, just make sure you've got your natural curl pattern and your hair's healthy. If it's good, relaxed, make sure your hair isn't thinning out. You're not getting bald spots or burning your scalp. I just want to see all people with just healthy hair.
I agree with that.
Real soon, but I'm just thinking about the health of my hair, so I'm just currently doing a bit of research on colours and dyes and stuff and maintenance after. But really and truly, I'm just I'm not too much of a activist on whether you should or shouldn't. It's just keep yourself healthy, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I agree. I don't like them people that are no, don't put chemicals in your hair, keep it natural, the hair we got from the motherland, the hair your mother gave you. Shut up. As long as my hair is healthy and it's not falling out, even if it is falling out, what's your beef? What's your problem? It's not the hair that's going on your head. Mind your business. Yeah. And I hated when I first started to cut my hair and I first started bleaching it. Why did you do that? Why is it like this? Can you do this hairstyle? I didn't like this one. Go back to the one you did before.
That irks my soul.
Actually shut your mouth, please.
Touch my hair, and when people make hair suggestions, I like it when you do your hair like this. I'm just can you move?
Words. Okay, so we got 20 seconds left. thank you for doing this podcast with me.
That's
I really
fun.
enjoyed this one. We could talk about this forever. Might do a part 2 with you or my other sister. But thank you guys for listening. Enjoy this episode. Tune into the next one. If you guys want to share any of your hair stories, share them in the comments below or email me. Yeah, bye. Do you want to say bye?
Bye, guys. Thank you for listening.
You're listening to the Hot Point Podcast, a commentary on all the hot points of life, hosted by Opiemi Mujafo.